Welcome to Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story, where we answer the questions you have about your favorite classic authors. What inspired your favorite author to write their novels? What was going on in the world at the time? Follow along with us as we tell you what was happening in the world while your favorite authors wrote your favorite classics. My name is Bree Carlile, and I love to read, and wanted to share my passion with listeners like you. If you want to know what's coming next and vote on upcoming books, sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com. Be sure to follow my show on your favorite podcast platform so you get all the new episodes. You can find most of our links in the show notes, but also our website biteatatimebooks.com includes all of the links for our show, including to our Patreon to support the show and YouTube where we have special behind the narration of the episodes. We're part of the Bite at a Time Books Productions Network. If you'd also like to hear a book by the author, check out the Bite at a Time Books podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Today we'll be talking about the family of Jules Verne. In May 1856, Verne traveled to Amiens to be the best man at the wedding of a Nantes friend, Auguste Lelarge, to an Amiens woman named Amy du Frécy de Vienne. Verne, invited to stay with the bride's family, took to them warmly, befriending the entire household, and finding himself increasingly attracted to the bride's sister, Honorine Anne Habit Morel, née Dufresne de Vienne, a widow aged 26 with 2 young children. Hoping to find a secure source of income, as well as a chance to court Morel in earnest, he jumped at her brother's offer to go into business with a broker. Verne's father was initially dubious, but gave in to his son's requests for approval in November 1856. With his financial situation finally looking promising, Verne won the favor of Morel and her family, and the couple were married on 10 January 1857. Verne plunged into his new business obligations, leaving his work at the Théâtre Lyrique and taking up a full-time job as an agent de change on the Paris Bourse, where he became the associate of the broker Ferdinand Egli. Verne woke up early each morning so that he would have time to write, before going to the Bourse for the day's work. In the rest of his spare time, he continued to consort with the Onze des Femmes Club. All 11 of its bachelors had by this time married. He also continued to frequent the Bibliothèque to do scientific and historical research, much of which he copied onto note cards for future use, a system he would continue for the rest of his life. According to the recollections of a colleague, Verne did better in repartee than in business. In July 1858, Verne and Aristide Hignard seized an opportunity offered by Hignard's brother, a sea voyage at no charge, from Bordeaux to Liverpool in Scotland. The journey, Verne's first trip outside France, deeply impressed him, and upon his return to Paris, he fictionalized his recollections to form the backbone of a semi-autobiographical novel, Backwards to Britain, written in the autumn and winter of 1859 to 1860, and not published until 1989. A second complimentary voyage in 1861 took Hignard and Verne to Stockholm, from where they traveled to Christiania and through Telemark. Verne left Hignard in Denmark to return in haste to Paris, but missed the birth on 3 August 1861 of his only biological son, Michael. Meanwhile, Verne continued work on the idea of a Roman de la Science, which he developed in a rough draft, inspired, according to his recollections, by his love for maps and the great explorers of the world. It took shape as a story of travel across Africa and would eventually become his first published novel, 5 Weeks in a Balloon. Thank you for joining Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story today, while we answered some of the questions you have about one of your favorite classic authors. Again, my name is Bree Carlile, and I hope you come back next time when we answer more questions about one of your favorite classic authors. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com. Check out the show notes or our website biteatatimebooks.com for the links for our show.